Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. So, during the last lecture, we have seen the three-dimensional representation of the force. So, it is called as a space force. So, in a three dimension, we represent the force F bar as a vector which is equal to mod F into unit vector along the direction of that force. So, this is a E cap. Okay. So, for three-dimensional representation, we need 2 points. They will specify the direction of that force. Suppose the force value is 50 Newton and we have 2 points. One is A and second is the point B. So A and B, they will represent the direction. So coordinates are x1, y1, z1 and second point x2, y2 and z2. Okay. So this unit vector in the direction of that force we can calculate. So this E cap AB, this is equal to x2 minus x1 into unit vector I plus y2 minus y1 into unit vector j plus z2 minus z1 into unit vector k. So this is called as a position vector. So if you divide this position vector by its magnitude, so this will become the unit vector AB. Okay, so this is x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. So this is complete unit vector AB. Okay, and if you multiply this unit vector by the mod f, you will get the complete vector F bar. Okay, so general representation for this F bar, so this is equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk. So this is the vector form of the force, or this is three-dimensional representation. Okay, so what is fx, fy and fz? So fx is the x component, fy is the y component, and fz is the z component of the force. Okay, so force can be represented with the help of the angle with respect to x, y and z axis. So this is the three-dimensional space represented by axis x, y and z, and we have one force which is starting from the origin. Okay, like this. So this is the F bar. So the direction of F bar we can represent with the help of 2 points. Okay, or with the help of the angle with respect to x, y and z axis. Okay, suppose the angle with respect to x axis, it is represented as a theta x. With respect to y axis, this is theta y, and with respect to z axis, this is theta z. Okay, then we can write these components fx, fy and fz. So fx is equal to f cos theta x, fy is equal to f cos theta y, and fz is equal to f cos theta z. Okay, so this is the relation between the resultant force F bar and the angle theta x, theta y and theta z. Okay, and there is one relation between these three angles theta x, theta y and theta z. So this is the three-dimensional identity for the angle. So this identity is cos square theta x plus cos square theta y plus cos square theta z. This is equal to 1. Okay, so if any two angles are given for that force F bar, okay, we can find out the remaining angle by using this identity. Okay, So this is about the representation of the force in a 3 dimension. Then we have seen how we can get the value of resultant. So resultant we can calculate just by the vector addition of all the forces. Okay. So if you have the concurrent force system, and there are different forces passing through a single point. Let us take this point O, and we have F1 bar, F2 bar, and F3 bar. Okay. The resultant R bar, it can be represented as vector addition of F1 bar, F2 bar, and F3 bar. Okay. Similarly, if you have the parallel force system, so suppose this is one horizontal plane, okay, and the forces are acting at the different points on this plane, and all these forces are parallel. Okay, then the resultant R bar is addition of this vector addition of all the forces, so F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar. So this is the formula to get the value of resultant. Okay, and the vector representation for this resultant. So after calculation, you will get the answer in this format. R bar is equal to Rxi plus Ryj plus Rzk. Okay. So Rx is the X component of the resultant, Ry is the Y component, and Rz is the Z component of the resultant. So now next part is, if you want to take the moment in a 3 dimension, so what is the formula to find out the moment? So moment, so the general formula for the moment is force into perpendicular distance. So m is equal to force into distance d. Okay. So suppose in a 3 dimension, let us take, we have one point O. Okay. And a force is acting in a 3 dimension, which is represented as a bar. Okay, it is acting at some point A, and it is passing through another point. Let us take this point B. Okay, so A has coordinates x1, y1, and z1. B coordinates are x2, y2, and z2. So from these two coordinates, that is coordinates of point A and B, we can get the unit vector in the direction of the A bar. Okay, and from that we can find out the vector A bar. Okay, suppose we want to take the moment of this force A bar about the point O. Okay, so this moment, it is represented by the vector product. So moment M bar by the force A bar about the point O, this is equal to position vector OA into the force A bar. Okay, so this is the cross product to get the value of the moment M bar. Okay, so what is meaning of this position vector OA bar? So this position vector OA bar, so this is the position vector. Okay, so vector connecting the moment point and the point through which the force is acting. So this is ROA bar. Okay, so how to get the value of ROA bar? So suppose the point O has coordinates x3, or let us take this 0, 0. So this is the origin. Okay, then this position vector R bar, this is equal to x1 minus 0, y1 minus 0, and z1 minus 0. So this is the position vector which joins the moment point and the point at which force is acting. So this is x1i plus y1j plus z1k. And then this vector product, it is represented as a determinant. So you must have studied this vector product and the representation in the determinant in your vector calculation. So these are the unit vectors in the direction of x, y, and z. Okay, that is ijk. Then the position vector, its components, one is x1, y1, and z1. Okay, and the force vector has coordinates, components fx, fy, and the fz. So general form, a bar is equal to fxi plus fyj plus fzk, and position vector r bar, this is represented as rxi plus ryj plus rzk. Okay, so we can write this ijk, this is rx, ry, and rz, and then we have fx, fy, and the fz. Okay, so by using this determinant we can get the value of the moment. So moment, it will have the vector form. So this vector form, when you will solve this determinant, you will get the answer like this. This is mxi plus myj plus mzk. Okay, where mx, my, and mz, these are the components of the moment in the x, y, and z direction. So this is the vector representation for the moment in a 3 dimension. Okay, so when we will solve the problems on the moment calculation or on the resultant calculation, we will use all this formulae. Okay, so now note down this problem. So this is on the resultant. Okay, so in the last lecture, we have solved one problem on the resultant calculation. So it is similar to that problem. So only in this problem, the resultant direction is given. Okay, so if you read the problem, the tension in the cable AC, which is T2, is equal to 20 kilonewton. Okay, determine the required value of the tension T1 in cable AB and tension T3 in the cable AD, so that the resultant of the three forces acting at A is vertical, and also calculate this result. Okay, so here one column is supported by using three cables. So this is the point A and this is point O. So AO is one vertical column. Okay, along this column we have the y axis. This point O is the origin. So this line represents the z axis, and this is the x-axis. Okay. So cable AB, so this is the cable AD. So this is the tension in the cable AD. So point D, its distance with respect to origin is given. So it is 14 meter on the negative x side. So this is 14 meter. Okay. And it is on the x-axis. So this is point D. Then point B. So this is the position of the point B. So it is 12 meter on the z side and 16 meter on the positive x side. Okay, so this point is B. And this is the cable connecting point A and B. And this tension AB. Then the point C is at same distance 16 meter on the positive x side and 24 meter on the negative z direction. So this is 24 meter. And this is the cable connecting point A and C. So this is tension AC. Okay, so this is the given condition where column is supported by using these three cables, cable AD, cable AB, and cable AC. So resultant of this system is vertical at point A. So why the resultant is acting at point A? Because the given system is the concurrent force system. So resultant will act at point A only. Okay. And direction is specified. So if you find out the resultant for this system, then it will act in the y direction only. So either on the positive y side or it may be on the negative y side. Right now we don't know exact direction of the resultant, but we know the resultant will act in the y direction. Okay. So from this we have to find out the unknown values of tension T1 and tension T3. Okay. So your first step will be we have to find out the coordinates of the point D, point B, and point C. Okay. So let us calculate these coordinates. So first is point A. So point A is at distance 48 meter in the positive y direction. So this height of the column, it is given. So this is equal to 48 meter. Okay. And it is acting. So point A is on the y axis only. So its remaining two coordinates z and x will be 0. So x0, z0, and y is plus 48. Then point B, for point B, its coordinate. So point B is lying in the zx plane. So its y coordinate will be 0. So y is 0. And along x direction, it is 16 meter. And along z direction, it is 12 meter. Then point C, its coordinate. So C is also lying in the zx plane. So its y coordinate is 0. Then 24 meter, it is on the negative z direction. So it is minus 24, its z coordinate, and x coordinate is plus 16. And point D, it is again in the zx plane. So y coordinate is 0 and z coordinate okay, so D point is along the x axis, so z coordinate is also 0 and x coordinate it is minus 14. Okay, so this is the coordinates of the point D, minus 14, 0 and 0. So now represent each tension in the vector form. So tension AC, tension AB and tension AD. So tension AB, so this is mod of tension AB into unit vector in the direction of the AB. Okay. So point A has coordinate 0, 48, 0. And point B 16, 0, 12. So we can find out this. So this is tension AB. This is a modulus. So this is 16 minus 0. So it is 16I plus 0 minus 48. So this is minus 48. J and 12 minus 0. So this is plus 12 K and divided by this square root 16 square 48 square plus 12 square. Okay. So simplify this and you will get some answer. So this vector, it will be in terms of tension AB. Okay, because we don't know what is the value of tension AB. Okay. Now write the second vector, which is a tension AC. So this is mod tension AC into unit vector in the direction of the AC. So A coordinates are 0, 48, 0 and point C 16, 0 minus 24. Okay. So tension AC is given in the problem. So which is represented as a tension T2, which is equal to 20 kilonewton. Okay. So this modulus is 20 kilonewton into unit vector AC. So it is 16 minus 0. So 16I, 0 minus 48. So minus 48J and minus 24 minus 0. So this is minus 24K and divided by the square root. So it is 16 square plus 48 square plus 24 square. Okay. So simplify this and get this vector. The next vector is tension AD. So it is mod of tension into unit vector AD. So this is equal to point D. It has coordinates minus 14, 0, 0. So this unit vector will be minus 14, 0. So it is minus 14I minus 48J and 0K and divided by the 14 square plus 48 square. Okay. So simplify this and get this vector. So this is the vector representation for all the tensions, tension AB, tension AC, and tension AD. So after this, we will use the formula for the resultant. So resultant R bar is equal to tension AB bar plus tension AC bar plus tension AD bar. As the resultant is vertical, so this is the y-axis. So if any force is parallel to y-axis, maybe on the positive side or on the negative side, then its vector representation will be F bar is equal to, let us take this mod is a 50 Newton. Then this will be plus or minus 50 J. Just multiply the force magnitude by the unit vector in the direction of the y-axis. Okay. So similarly, this R bar, it will be Ry into J. Okay. We don't know what is the exact direction. So just write Ry into J. So Ry means what? It is the y component of the resultant. Okay. Because as the resultant is parallel to y-axis, its remaining coordinates or remaining components will be 0. That is Rx will be 0 and Rz will be 0. Okay, so put the values and you will get some equation here. Okay, so we will write this in a complete vector form. So this will be 0I plus Ryj plus 0k. Okay, and on the right hand side, we will have this equation, some constant into I plus this coefficient into j plus coefficient into k. Okay, so equate the coefficients of the unit vector I, then equate coefficient of unit vector j, and then equate coefficient of unit vector k. Okay, so you will get 3 equations, and from these 3 equations, find out the magnitude of the unknown tension AB and tension AD. Okay, and find out the y component of the resultant, that is the R1. So this will be your final answer. Okay, so calculate these values: tension AB bar in the vector form, tension AC bar in the vector form, tension AD bar. Okay, so now put these values of tension AB. So this vector, this is vector for tension AB, this is vector for tension AC, and this is vector for tension AD in the equation of the resultant. So put all the values in this equation.